This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast, final day of May today. It's Wednesday, May 31st, and there are stories about rock bands where members don't get along because they spend so much time together that they begin to grate on each other's nerves.
Do you? Do you hear a lot about that?
Charity hates me now.
I don't hate you. Hate is a very strong word. I do not hate you.
Charity
I can't say I hate anybody.
Charity's grown weary of my antics.
Not at all. This morning was very, very fun. I didn't realize how punchy you were. I forgot that you were out late last night. So it was interesting because you're not as punchy as you normally are. So
see, you say that. I don't.
You were in a very good mood this morning.
I don't. Was I? Because I think I'm the same every day. I don't think that I have any peaks or valleys.
No, and I know I'm not. But today was a good day. It was a high energy, and I think it was because we did have fun today. I think it was one of those mornings, too, where we walked in and we really didn't have anything ready for this morning
either. It's kind of funny you say that.
And then it just kind of fell into place. So,
you know, because the world's a crazy place and a lot of stuff that's going on in the news. I don't want to talk.
We're not talking about that, no.
You could spend all day talking culture wars and everything.
Our job is not to do that, though. That's not our job.
Yeah, but even if it was, there's nothing engaging about it. Like everybody wants to disengage from all of that stuff. So there's, I was like, what else there to do? Anyway, so you had the wonderful story yesterday about how much it costs for a wedding. So a lot of today's show, accidentally, because I thought it was irrelevant and Charity changed my mind.
I don't know if I changed your mind or just kind of maybe guilted you into going along with it at first.
Maybe, and then we really
and then it snowballed.
So it's a couple in town celebrating their wedding anniversary got sent on the show, and so based on the math, we figured out they were married in 1986, so we guessed that their wedding song was Berlin, Take My Breath Away.
Because, when we Googled it, we're like, 87, what songs would be popular? And there were some funny ones.
Yeah.
We're like, but Berlin, that's got to be it.
Had to have been it.
Yeah, can we play it, Mark? No, we're not playing it.
It's irrelevant.
And that's what you said. It's irrelevant. I'm like, it's not irrelevant. Anyway, we played it later in the show.
But then we got thinking, because everything's a game, you could go on Facebook, tell us what your wedding song was. We'll guess the year you got married. And
kind of exploded.
Mark Zuckerberg called and said, could you have used, please, a different platform because you've taken Facebook down?
Yeah.
We got hundreds within 15 minutes. So sorry about that. We're going to do our best, and by we, I mean Charity. We'll do our best to reply with
answer.
a guess.
Yeah.
So all we're asking is when you see your reply, would you please reply and say...
with the correct answer.
Yeah. Yes, or only off by year, but please include the year you did get married.
Yeah, because it's interesting.
Because some people just gave us a thumbs down. Well, it's like, well, okay, screw you too. I don't...
Delete. I have no patience.
You know what it's like dealing with Mark this morning?
But it turned out to be a lot of fun doing that.
It was a lot of fun.
To see, because we're not Googling. We want to make that point clear. Because you could Google the song. That doesn't mean that when it came out, that's when it was necessarily used.
We learned that one with Wonderful Tonight.
Well, yeah, but I think the same could be said.
78. That person said no, they got married in 92.
But that could be said even for the two of us. Because I know our wedding song came out way before we got married.
Yep.
It didn't come out that year.
Yep.
And I actually laugh at people who do that. And maybe part of it's because radio's made me a bit of a music snob, I think.
Right, exactly. So, we judge people based on the song they choose. I don't kind of do it. I flat out do it.
Yeah. So when I go to weddings and they're picking a song that's currently on the charts, I'm like, really? Really?
Yeah.
Kind of cliched. Are you really going to love this song in 5 years?
Yeah.
Like, come on, people.
I have a story.
Put some thought into it.
I have a story about that. Our best friends at the time when we lived in Brantford had a band. So they had a band that played their song for when they danced. So it wasn't even the artist, it was the band. And it was Lady in Red.
Oh.
And that was like the big wedding song of 86, 87, because I got married just before we did.
Oh, we should have played that this morning.
And the same thing was like, I don't know. So it wasn't even Krista Berg. It was a band doing Krista Berg.
Well, and for me, when we got married, again, I want it to be about us. I don't necessarily want it to be, as we did point out yesterday, it's kind of a competition and flashy and everything.
But it wasn't back then.
No, it wasn't back then.
Even at your time.
No, but
now, oh my gosh.
Especially when it came to the music, I wanted music that reflected us, like our entire. And you said it too. There took some planning, and I think that's because of what we do. But there was planning put in place for the music. There was thought when the music was inserted wherever. Like even the music played at the church.
Yeah, exactly.
There was something behind. There was a reason why we were playing the songs we were playing. Mm-hmm. There's a reason why we entered the curling club to Etta James at last. Right. There's a reason why we chose the songs we chose. Even To Dance With My Dad. I told you it was a wonderful world.
Yeah,
it's a wonderful world. Now we had with Louis Armstrong.
Yeah.
There was a reason why I picked that song for us. So to just pick something off, I don't understand people who pick it off the charts.
Yeah. For whom music,
I don't understand
but that's just to them songs aren't really big. Like I suppose
I know.
There are people out there that are just, when it comes to a wedding ceremony, the flowers are everything, I guess.
Exactly. And you're right, because I couldn't care less about the flowers.
Yeah, just some beautiful flowers with some color that matches.
I'd like something ready.
Sure.
Maybe.
Yeah, it looks good in photos.
Exactly. I could care less what they are.
But they would be like, no, just give me any song that's... So it's like, okay, I get that.
It's the perspective, right? It's the...
Right.
And again, it's what we do.
Based on the reaction, holy smokes.
Wow. There's a lot. And some great wedding songs. Like,
really
you guys really didn't pick songs off the charts, honestly. Yeah. After all this is said, the ones who have commented, wow.
The only giveaway is when, like somebody said, Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. All right, you weren't married in the 90s.
Yes.
That'll help. We'll say 2017, and when you go, no, it's 2018, we're going to take that as a win. Ding.
Same with John Legend's All of Me. We guessed 2015, and it was 2016. Right. Yeah, okay.
That's a win.
I'm good with that.
We got that
We got that one.
Hey, Carpenters, we said 74, it was 76.
Yes.
We win.
Yeah.
Because we're not Googling.
There was one in the 80s, too. I think you guessed 84, and it was 86.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to look back and see.
Was it Almost Paradise?
Is that what it was? It was something like that, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
But some great songs, and some that really stumped us, like Terry Kelly. I know you're familiar with Terry Kelly, but the particular song you hadn't heard of, so we put it out there, and it was actually off an album you don't have.
Later.
You got to find it now.
No, the thing is, I was at a radio station doing that format.
Oh, okay.
Which, like a singer-songwriter East Coaster would have been, like it was like a soft rock radio station that had strange rules back when FM had bizarre rules in Canada. Oh, listeners, like you don't even know. You don't even want to know. We'd be regulated on the talk feature. You don't want to know. Anyway, but I liked him because I play guitar and he was good. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was from like an 87, 88 album, but turned out it was like a 1994.
Early 90s.
But it's not like I knew he wasn't terribly current, but I was off by 5 years. But again, another title. I want to go hear that song now. But you know what prevented me from hearing the song? We had to record a podcast. But then I'll listen to it later.
Well, sorry.
I know. This is what I want to do because the listeners are so engaging.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll be going through everybody's songs.
All
just
250
But it
of
is
them.
Pretty cool. We clearly hit a nerve.
Yeah.
Hit a nerve with these songs.
People love to talk about stuff like that.
Well, when it comes to music, as we found, you put it out there and people, whether they realize it or not, they do have a strong reaction when it comes to music.
And then you tie it to one of the most important days of their lives.
Exactly.
And people can, A, feel very engaged, or B, get their back up if we don't get it right. With the people who gave us thumbs down.
Yeah, it's like, well, how are we supposed to know?
We're just trying to engage
We're having some fun, okay? It's National Smile Day.
Yeah.
Try smiling.
Oh, I tried once. And
your face,
I don't think it took. I just don't see the benefits.
Oh, that's not true. But
I don't know.
Unfortunately, Throwback kind of got pushed to the side.
Yeah. Throwback really sucked today. Sorry about that power station.
Yeah, our promotion of it. And I think any other day where we weren't bombarding people with their wedding songs, we might get a bit more reaction to it.
I think we had like 10 votes after 8 o'clock.
We're almost at 20.
All right, good.
I mean,
we get hundreds again.
I know.
Just like
It's kind of overshadowed by the wedding songs. But we'll play, regardless, we'll play our Power Station song tomorrow, too.
It was a little bit like a puppy this morning. I was sort of running around on it.
Well, we both were. It's kind of like, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to... Let's do this. Okay. And then
And away we go.
Yeah.
Some Like It Hot is what prompted the whole throwback idea.
Yeah.
For the weather, and it's going to be over the top. It's going to be 31 degrees tomorrow. Is that right?
31 with the Humidex.
31 with the Humidex, and I think at some point it's going to be in the 30s. this weekend. It's going to get
26 Saturday.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
But
So
that's
Friday's 29.
spectacular.
You know what? 26 is great.
That is dynamite.
It will be so comfortable over the weekend.
Yeah. So
It'll be very, very nice. So
if you are getting married, by all means, tell us your wedding song. We'll tell you you're getting married this weekend. That's what we will guess.
Well, and I looked up Spotify, their wedding songs. Sorry,
Top 10 that you expect to hear this year. I was shocked that I thought all of them would have been songs from this year.
Well, and when I got that was what I started out looking for, because there's always one or two songs.
Yep.
That even though I just said don't pull it from the chart. Like Everything I Do It For You. When that came out, it was huge.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to use that song as their wedding song. I remember Rascal Flatts, God Bless the Broken Road.
Yep.
Again, huge wedding song. Amazed by Lone Star.
Right.
Huge wedding song.
I swear.
The year it came out. So
Yeah.
I was kind of looking for that. I don't know that there's been one this year yet.
I think there has to be that hit factor that says, no, this song is going to, like Ed Sheeran's Perfect came out.
Yes,
that
and it's
one will
still used.
That one will always be a song that will be used by this generation that loves Ed Sheeran because...
Although, Thinking Out Loud is the top song listed for wedding songs on Spotify. Not Perfect, but Thinking Out Loud is the one. The Ed song. Yeah. Now, Lady Gaga did make Hold My Hand from last year.
Right.
It's on here. And I would say it's probably the most current, quote unquote, love song. Like
and
Perfect's at 15.
Okay.
Hold My Hand. Where did I see it? Now it's down on the list.
Okay.
But I'd say about 40.
Oh, 40. Okay.
Yeah. But it's on there. And again, like a lot of these songs are more, quote unquote, current, but like in the last 10, 15 years current.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga, I'd say, would be the most current from like last year.
Like you're not going to hear the Carpenters anymore. We've only just begun. But everybody used that one. Like it went
not
from
as their
everywhere.
Wedding song.
Right.
But you may still hear it because you got to do the different generations,
Grandma
right?
and Grandpa are going to get up and dance to
Exactly. You
that
throw
one.
in old-time rock and roll. I remember our wedding, I asked our DJ to make sure he played Elvis because my mom's a big Elvis fan. So Can't Help Falling in Love and not Crazy. What's it called? I always think of Las Vegas. Anyway, the older artists play some of those too, just so everybody is familiar with, like the Anne Murray, Elton John.
Exactly.
Like you throw in the older artists, not Billy Joel. I'm sorry, Jody, but you do that to connect with.
And you would hope that a DJ would know that it's a wedding.
They don't always do though.
Yeah. Like I get that. It's like it's a family wedding, and I'm good if YMCA comes on because I know why it's there. I know why it's there.
Well, and this kind of led into it too yesterday when we were talking wedding, because we have a former colleague, a friend of ours, and you have your list of songs you don't play.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And he sent you the list of songs he told his DJ not to play at his wedding this month.
Let me grab my phone.
And it made me laugh because I'm like, half those songs people want to hear at a wedding.
I know.
And you're telling them not to play them.
This is virtually the only time they'll ever hear it is when you go to a wedding and you are denying
Exactly.
them.
I think Old Time Rock and Roll was on his list, was it not?
So here it is. So here's the list for Wiggy's wedding. Is it this weekend? It's coming up?
I don't think it's this weekend, but it is coming up in the next week or two.
Oh, why did I hit this thing? Because now it won't stop. Go back. All right. So do not play. And he said to me, sent this to our wedding DJ. No. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay, understand that.
No. Old Time Rock and Roll.
Yeah, that's a wedding song.
How do you know the reception has begun?
When you hear Old Time Rock and Roll and YMCA, like those two songs play.
Yep.
Everybody's up on the dance floor.
Yep.
Mom, dad, grandparents, everybody's up on the dance floor.
Do you know what Old Time Rock and Roll signifies? Bar has reopened.
Yes. People are ready to party. The party has begun.
Go get that extra bottle of wine and a rum and Coke. Journey, Don't Stop Believing.
Oh my God. So, I know he doesn't like the song, but come on.
Who's going to go to a wedding reception where you're guaranteed not to hear Bohemian Rhapsody, Old Time Rock and Roll, or Don't Stop Believing? Yeah. We're not going to believe it's a wedding reception. You fooled us. It's a Rotary meeting, right? Like this is a wedding reception. Carrie Underwood. No Carrie Underwood.
Okay, I can do that.
No old country songs. So let's go back to what you said about generations.
Yes. That was the type of music they listened to.
Sure.
How can you not play Randy Travis?
Yeah.
Forever and Ever. How can you not play Anne Murray?
Yeah.
Even maybe some Johnny Cash.
Patsy Cline.
Patsy Cline. You don't have to play a lot of it.
Yeah.
But one or two.
And then just to piss off everybody.
And he worked on a country station.
Yeah, he still does. And just to piss everybody off, his last line says Taylor Swift.
I get he's not a fan of Taylor Swift. And you know what? You could probably get away with that too.
Yeah.
You probably could. Unless some little one went up and requested it.
Again, who's bigger right now? Mm-hmm. I don't know. You're going to have some 17, 18-year-old girls who are clearly going to be there and people want to dance.
She's huge, and you're going to argue with me on this. But what would you play at a wedding from Taylor Swift?
Danceable?
Like like a wedding dance type song.
Love Story.
Maybe.
Absolutely.
That might be the only one. Because I'm thinking of her hits. And they're hits. And she's huge and it's great.
Yeah.
But I don't know that she's a wedding dance artist.
I think first song, we are never, ever, ever getting back together.
Exactly. Like all of her songs are about breakups.
Would light up the room. It'd be like, I knew these two.
It'd be like Hinder again.
Yeah.
It's just not, it just doesn't fit. You may want it to, but it doesn't fit.
One of our listeners this morning sent in to all the girls I loved before was their wedding song. A love letter to all of your exes is not what your wife wants to hold you to.
I just realized how we can extend this. So we'll do the wedding songs tomorrow.
Okay.
But then we'll ask the question, what is the most inappropriate song you've heard at a wedding?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Because honestly, and I've told you, Hinder Lips of an Angel as their wedding song. They're talking about cheating, about wanting to be with someone else.
Yeah.
And that's your wedding song.
I know the title says, but that makes it sound good. But it's like he's remembering her
exactly.
lips.
Whoever suggested that, you might want to question them a little bit more.
Yeah, and whoever agreed to it without knowing,
listen to the lyrics.
Get a parachute.
But so that's
a good one.
Interesting.
So,
we'll have to put that out
We're going to compile to see how close we came on all of these tomorrow, as best we can, until the math just gets way too hard. And then maybe tomorrow we'll ask that, and we'll give them the weekend, and we'll have that on Monday.
Because that would be pretty funny.
The most inappropriate wedding songs you've ever heard.
The weekend, you don't want to talk about it on Friday? Today's Wednesday.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
We got 2 more days.
Oh, how?
You have 2 more days with me, Mark, and you've only had 2 days with me this week so far.
Because
I wasn't even here Monday.
How many days do we work this week? So much harder. Yeah, you're right. We'll do that.
But that would be
Thursday.
Funny. That would be
sounds
funny.
Good. All right, tomorrow. So we got our throwback. Which Power Station song do you want to hear?
Yep.
Get a couple more people to vote. It's going to be some like it hot, but that's okay. Get your votes in. Peek behind the curtain. I don't care. What else? And then Jimmy Holler is going to take a look at new movies. Is anything going to be a Little Mermaid-ish taking on this weekend? Do we know? I don't think there is.
Let me have a look.
Because the Memorial Day long weekend was last weekend, so that was the big one. And then I think there's a bit of a break. No?
Nope. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse opens this week.
Stop that.
Spider-Man opens this week.
All right.
I don't know. And then there's a couple of other ones with no stars, so I'm going to say they're not worth it. But that one could knock The Little Mermaid out.
Yeah. We'll find out. Jimmy will have taken a look at that, and he'll give you his view on that coming up. And then we're getting ready for Bocce Golf this weekend to raise money for the United Way. So we're going to play a rousing game of Who is this? Who is that? With Galaxy of Games. Somebody's talking. I want to know their name. Who is that?
Well, and because it was the first ever, I did want to touch base with Emily, who we spoke to from the United Way last week, just to see how it was going. They are completely sold out.
Sold out. I wonder whether people are allowed to go onto this little course and practice. Not that it's competitive, but I would be competitive. You don't want to throw a muscle out if you don't know what it feels like.
Well, that sounds more like stretching. You should be stretching more.
Okay. But which muscles am I stretching? I won't know until I do the event.
Play some bocce ball.
And then see what hurts.
Exactly.
That's the only way, trial and error.
But that is pretty impressive for the first ever to be completely sold out.
Completely sold out.
You can still go to their website and donate directly to the United Way. But that's pretty awesome. I'm happy. I'm happy that happened.
And the weather's going to be...
And it's going to be beautiful.
What on Saturday?
26.
Sunny and 26.
Yeah. Don't forget to drink water.
Please do that.
And wear your sunscreen.
And once again, Mel Howard was on the show. She has that Memorial Golf Tournament in honor of her brother and mental health issues, raising money for that this weekend as well. Yes. So we are glad that you are blessed with Sunny and 26 this weekend.
Exactly.
And lots of other events. Enjoy your Wednesday today. We'll get back at it again tomorrow morning at 95.5 Hits FM, Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast.